It is exactly 8 o'clock. A very good evening and a warm welcome to UBC News Tonight. Now, before we get into tonight's bulletin, let's first take a look at tonight's headlines. In our headlines tonight, Lands Minister hands over land titles to Mbale residents. Flooded roads hamper minister's maiden tour. Northern Uganda offers 4,000 acres for industries. And government to build new sports facilities.
Brought to you by...
Participate in the 545 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 545 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank, our bank.
Brought to you by...
A very good evening once again and welcome to UBC News Tonight on this 25th day of September 2021. I'm Lauryn Kazimoto and Mugalu Muhammad on sign language. Now we start off with our first headlining story this evening. President Yoweri Museveni has reassured the people of Karamoja sub-region of government's total commitment to end cattle rustling and criminality in the area. Now the president, who was recently in Karamoja to assess the security situation, made the assurance during a follow-up meeting with the leadership of Karamoja sub-region on the escalating insecurity caused by cattle rustlers and criminals. The districts of Karamoja sub-region include Moroto, Napak, Nabilatuk, Amudat, Kabong, Abim, Nakapiripirit, Karenga and Kotido. President Museveni, who assured Karamoja leadership that comprised of the Minister of Karamoja Affairs, Honorable Dr. Mary Goreti Chitutu, and her Deputy, Honorable Agnes Nandutu, Members of Parliament, LC5s and mayors, among others, that government has put in place a strategic security plan that will eliminate cattle rustling and criminality in the Karamoja once and for all. On the issue of famine in Karamoja, the Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness, Honorable Esther Anyakun, reported that her ministry has already procured 1.48 tons of food relief to be transported to the region on Monday, the 27th of September, 2021. I beg your pardon. She said that the first beneficiaries will be people from the districts that are badly hit by famine, that include Kabong, Kotido and Moroto. The leader of the Karamoja parliamentary group, who is also the MP of Pianupe constituency in Nabilatuk district, Remigio Achia, thanked President Museveni for his timely intervention in eliminating cattle rustling in the Karamoja sub-region. Also present at the meeting was the Minister of State for Works, Honorable Musa Echeru, the Minister of State for Minerals, Honorable Peter Locaris, and the Minister of State for Ethics and Integrity, Honorable Rose Lily Akello. The meeting was also attended by Chief of Defense Forces, General Wilson Mbasu Mbadi, among others. Now, over 1,000 residents in Mbale district in the Elgon region are still jubilating after receiving customary land titles after years of conflict and waiting. The event was officiated over by the Minister of Land, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba.
The process of surveying and mapping out the beneficiaries of this project by the Lands Ministry began in 2019.
At first we faced a bit of resistance, but through cordial and strong relationships with the leadership.
Though it has encountered many challenges along the way, prompting further delays, the good news is that finally residents have smiled. Beneficiaries are from the sub-county of Bungoko and Bukasacha in Industrial Division, Mbale City.
We are grateful to our partners because we have actually achieved the land tenure security and ensure that customary land has been registered to avoid conflicts and disputes.
With the titles and certificates in their backyards, the momentum has been set.
Kubanga ebili mu Uganda ennaku zino si byangu ebyokunyaga ekyapu naye kati nganze Mukata Samson mpulira eddembe era ndi assured nti wendi wewange.
Mpulira essanyu lingi nnyo olw'okufuna certificate yange ey'ettaka lyange kubanga nze ngana mwandu omuntu ayinza okujja n'ekyejo ng'ayagala okunzijaga ettaka lyange.
It is a big issue because we know in this country there are several disputes and land disputes that have arisen because of that lack of documentation and lack of clarity.
This milestone achievement is as a result of partnership between the Ministry of Lands with NGOs like UN Habitat, IIRR, and the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands.
I will say that I'm happy to stand here before you as we give out the first ever community all customary titles to the community of Bungo.
The Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, graced the events and gave words of counsel.
You've been having threats over being evicted at certain points, but I want to tell you that those threats are no more because you are going to be holding your legal certificates of ownership.
Just like it is noted by the beneficiaries that time for development is now, since ownership has been sorted out, Nabakoba echoes the same message.
Engage in economic activities, do cash crop, but also food crop, because we need to enhance food security in the country, but also make sure that you profitably use your land. Don't leave it exposed to grabbers, because at times we take long to clear our land and any land grabber who passes around thinks it's free land.
The maiden beneficiaries were drawn from all walks of lives, such as orphans, widows, youth, women, and elderly, among others. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, the Minister of State for Teso Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Ongalo Obote, was this week scheduled to carry out a tour and inspection of government's projects in his area of jurisdiction, but was held back by flooded roads. Dr. Ongalo's inspection and tour over Leles Bridge that connects Ngora to Palisa district was not possible due to the flooded Koboin-Koidike road. Take a look.
Heavy rains have disrupted the Minister of State for Teso Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Obote's familiarization tour and inspection of government projects in the 13 districts that make up the sub-region. While in Ngora district, the minister could not inspect the works on the Aleles Bridge that connects Ngora to Palisa district due to the flooded Kobuin-Koidike road.
The Minister of Works is already working on a bridge ahead. The challenge now remains this road, which is a district road, but which obviously is beyond the capacity of the district to handle. So these are the challenges that I have come to see for myself.
The area local leaders want the road elevated to central government to avert future shoulder work by contractors.
At the moment, the poor works on the road has caused over flooding, which has damaged crops at the nearby gardens. The sweet potato gardens are damaged just because the road has not been worked. So it's not about targeting the Aleles Bridge, but the whole road needs to be upgraded to a central government road.
The flooded and slippery roads could not allow the minister to proceed to an incomplete bridge that has taken ages. He, however, managed to inspect Gawa small-scale irrigation scheme and Kapuai Women's Livestock Rearing Group in Ngora district.
The president saw this as a real solution to not farming during dry season. So during dry season, we get about if we are lucky, 2.5 tanks of that size. that tank is 40,000 liters. Now, those 40,000, 80,000 liters is not enough to irrigate this 11.5 acres during the dry season.
We got support from OPM office. We received 5,500,000. We were 16 members in our group. We bought 16 cows. There are 15 that are still alive with us and one died. And all members are happy because of that. We thank the office because it has helped us to eradicate poverty in our homes. At least we have change in our families.
The minister was informed that the lockdown has partially affected marketing of the produce that is generated from Gawa small-scale irrigation scheme.
Because like here in Ngora, we have colleges, secondary schools, hospitals, those are running. But especially the secondary schools and the colleges were our biggest consumers of what? Of the vegetables, tomatoes, cabbage, onions, green pepper, and the rest eggplant.
While in Kapelabyong district, emotions flared amongst the local leaders that some of the opposition district councillors have filed a petition protesting the appointment of the new district service commission.
We will be so disappointed if public service listens to the petition from those who did vote for the president. That will be extremely disappointing for members of opposition to go and fight the service commission, where I want to confirm this staff so they can be able to motivate RDC. We need this staff. Cow is working with a dilapidated, we don't have health staff, we don't have the doctors, we don't have nurses, we don't have teachers, and yet people are politicking to take our district backward. So,
bickering of the local leaders in Kapelabyong district have come at a time when residents are expecting quality service delivery after voting NRM by 75%.
It is healthy for somebody to be in FDC, in UPC and what. But there are issues that combine us. For example, when you look at the level of understaffing here, when you look at the parish model, whose expenditure and implementation cannot be done because we don't have staff and we don't have the service commission in it.
What is the government going to do for them? What is the government going to say about the health sectors? What is the government going to say about the education in Kapelabyong, the road network? In fact, they are so much expectant, Papa Minister.
Dr. Obote appealed for calm and mutual respect among leaders and residents as a way of restoring harmony in the district for quality service delivery.
Every district was mandated to form a district service commission at the beginning. Yeah. They have all submitted theirs. If those ones are approved and yours remain behind,
Kalaki has finished yesterday. They are proving theirs.
Yes. You remain behind, you are going to continue without a district service commission.
The inspection team that also comprised of the area member of parliament later visited a primary school in Kapelabyong Town Council and Kapelabyong Health Center 4, which the leaders want to be upgraded to a district hospital level for better service delivery. Joseph Oko compiled this report.
Now, public servants have been urged to seek knowledge and geography of their country. The Executive Director, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Chris Ndatira-Mukiza, was closing a month's course training in leadership of the organization staff members at the National Leadership Institute in Chankwanzi.
Majority of Ugandans lack knowledge about the geography of their country and are lacking in patriotism. Perhaps this could have been the reason why government set up a National Leadership Institute facility in Chankwanzi to equip Ugandans' knowledge concerning their country. 47 staff members of Uganda Bureau of Statistics were part of the Ugandans who have been attending a months-long course at the Leadership Institute Chankwanzi. The Executive Director, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, Dr. Chrisinda Mukiza, applauded the 47 Uganda Bureau of Statistics members of staff who completed the leadership training at the National Leadership Institute.
Self-defense, this brave, we think that your being here for 1 month was not a waste of time. We have carefully listened to the evaluation from your representative, General Ngia, was clearly confessed the resistance that was there before and has assured us that we are now different people.
The Director, National Leadership Institute, Brigadier General Charles Chisembo, enlightened the trainees on the significance of the education gained during the trainings.
Participants through a number of courses. Most of these courses are geared towards mind change, because mindset is one of the biggest challenges that we have. So our course, our activities, our programs are tailored towards ensuring that we give our students a positive mindset.
Some of the participants testified about skills attained from the months-long training.
This course has been very intriguing. We've learned so many things, and most importantly, I can say that we have been ideologically oriented to love our country.
We actually did not know Uganda, but they have taken us, they proved to us, and we were taught, and we understand the geography of Uganda properly.
Ivan Juko, UBC News.
All right, now UBC News Tonight takes a short break, but we'll return with business stories.
Today in history.
On 25th September 2003, the Nigerian Islamic Appeals Court freed Amina Lawal, a young woman sentenced to death by stoning by the Bakori Sharia Court. Lawal was accused of having a child out of wedlock and subsequently found guilty by the Sharia courts. Lawal's case became an international case that highlighted the plight of women in Nigeria's northern Muslim states, which were given self-autonomous status under Nigeria's federal system. The appeal court's decision saved Lawal from a death sentence imposed by the lower courts.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home, my home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, under the sun so bright, under the moon at night, on my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama.
At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
Five times the winning, yeah. 5 times the happiness, yeah. 5 times the luckiness, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5. 5 times the money, yeah. 5 times the shopping, yeah. 5 times the prizes, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5.
Win 100,000 Uganda shillings weekly in the 5 for 5 jackpot. Simply download the Center mobile app. Click Center on the go to open your account. Online, transact 5 times or more using Center mobile, Center Visa, and Center agent to stand a chance to win. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. So, participate in the 5 for 5 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 5 for 5 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank. Our bank. Centenary Bank, is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund.
Be alert. Do not share your Airtel Money PIN number with anyone. Airtel Uganda employees will never ask for your Airtel Money PIN number on call, SMS, or by email. All SIM card registrations, SIM card verifications, or SIM swaps are done at clearly branded Airtel shops and not on phone. To report any fraudulent activity, please call 100 immediately. The official calling number for Airtel promotions is 0200 100 100. Stay alert on Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Echa COVID-19 chijja kugwa only if we stay at home, observe physical distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly, or get vaccinated now.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94# to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy a 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94# to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175# and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV Valley. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Connect your home online with MTN WakaNet Max, a fast and reliable home internet solution to power your streaming, gaming, online classes, work, and CCTV security cameras. The MTN WakaNet Max starter kit comes with a free 4G router, SIM card, and 35 GB bundle with no validity, all at 245,000 Uganda shillings. Visit any MTN service center to sign up.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Welcome back from that break, and now into some business news. Over 1,500 acres of land have been given to government through Uganda Investment Authority by the communities in the Acholi and Lango sub-region to steer regional development. Now in 2020, government launched a new industrial policy to steer industrial development and economic transformation for wealth and job creation.
That have grown, yes, why not bring the development closer and deeper into where now development has not reached very much, and I think that's a good advantage of the industrial park agenda.
A policy geared towards setting up at least 25 industrial parks across the country by 2025 was agreed on in 2020. The regional industrial parks, however, require unencumbered chunks of land. It's for this reason, however, that all regions are looking for land on which to set up industrial parks. For example, Uganda Investment Authority managed to secure over 4,000 acres of land in West Nile and northern Uganda.
We need to concentrate the jobs here. We need to concentrate skilling here. And I can tell you that Uganda Investment Authority is very much laser focused on making sure that that happens.
In West Nile region alone, over 2,000 acres of land were given to the authority by the communities. In northern Uganda, at least 1,500 acres, particularly in Acholi and Lango sub-region, were secured. At least 300 acres of public land were secured in Dam village in Lira City, with 200 acres yet to be approved.
It is exciting that we shall be having electricity cheaply, we shall be having good roads.
1,200 acres of land were secured in Aruda Biro village in Dokolo Town Council and a total of 90 acres in Kona Kamdin. The land in Lira East was public land belonging to the local council, while the one in Biro was being used by prisons for agriculture.
We are not picking and choosing. Let the community choose the land. We don't mind where it will be as long as it is not encumbered and not in a swamp. Then we bring the infrastructure and ensure that place is developed and investors come here.
The development of industrial parks is going to be spearheaded by the Uganda Investment Authority in partnership with the National Enterprise Corporation.
We are looking forward to supporting Uganda Investment Authority with the requisite money that they need to build the 25 industrial parks.
The land in question was identified on basis that some was public land and other free of impediments. Nonetheless, local leaders in the region have tasked government to speed up the process to avoid leaving land idle that might cause loggerheads with communities. They also tasked the authority to streamline the criteria of apportionment of land to investors and selection of investors.
It also adds confidence in the community that each time government is saying they are coming to do something, they really mean it and they do it on time.
Minister for Finance in charge of investment, Evelyn Anite, has promised to push for suitable incentives that will attract and support local investors.
Now, with this strategy of encouraging and waking up the people who have money and they're local, and the Ugandans in the diaspora who have money, I can assure you a manufacturing sector of value addition is going to suit up.
It's worth noting, however, that all the land given to the government through Uganda Investment Authority was given at will by communities. Uganda Investment Authority is yet to tour other sites in other regions, including Central Region. Susan Naonga reporting for UBC TV.
Switch from AfriCell to Airtel, Uganda's only 100% 4G network, and get 50% data bonus on all bundles purchased using Airtel Money. Visit the nearest Airtel shop with a valid national ID to buy a SIM card today. For business entities, please share an email with business.support@ug.airtel.com. Enjoy the best rates on calls, SMS, data, and Airtel Money across Uganda on your preferred number. 50% data bonus is valid till 15th November 2021. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV Valley. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cap competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
And now into sports. The government's commitment to improve and increase sports infrastructure in the country is nearing fruition. Now this follows State Minister for Sports Hamson Obua's trip to Masaka region to inspect what's available that doubles as needs assessment. Take a look.
As part of the securing your future of many Ugandans, the State Minister for Sports Hamson Obua has today spent time in Masaka to tour sports facilities. Sport is a key area of focus for the ruling party that has promised several facilities, especially in the new cities, Masaka inclusive. This government plans to achieve through investors from several countries, notably America, that has sent Christine Gavin on the latest inspection tour.
We have a plan for facelifting the traditional stadia, especially the regional stadia, Masaka inclusive. But this plan is subject to availability of funds. You are all aware that in the last 2 consecutive years, because of COVID-19, the sports subsector suffered a budget cut and further budget suppression. We were operating with a budget of 25 billion. We currently operate with a budget of 10 billion. But in terms of planning, we have planned. If resources are availed to us, we will be able in a phased manner to kickstart, subject to availability of funds, the renovation or the facelifting of the regional stadia. So that we have in our plan.
During this latest tour of what still remains of Masaka Recreation Grounds, Minister of Bua learnt of its current state. The minister also toured 20 acres of land provided for a sports complex in Bulando, which he says is truly viable for an all-purpose stadium.
All site of Masaka Municipal Stadium, in my humble opinion, is small. The world is now graduating to a multi-purpose sports arena. Masaka Municipal Stadium only houses one sport, that is football. The new site, in my humble opinion, is bigger and better. It is conducive, although a little far away from town, but in terms of establishing a modern sports infrastructure of international standard, I strongly believe that the new site is befitting enough.
Government of Uganda has indeed started its drive for improved sports infrastructure to reap from the available talent, with the Buhinga Stadium in Kabalore and the John Akibwa in Lira a case in point.
Federation of Motorsport Clubs Uganda and Uganda Airlines have signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at playing complementary roles for each other. The arrangement offers FMU a 50% discount on all its competitors and fraternity while boosting sales for Uganda's only airline.
As Uganda Airlines nears launch of its thrice-a-week flight to Dubai next week, it has brought on board a new partner, Federation of Motorsports Clubs of Uganda.
With the airline planned commencement of direct flights to Dubai in a few days, as we have been informed, I believe the Federation will benefit greatly, not just for the motor rallies, but also for leisure. And with the many tons of cargo the Airbus can carry, the Federation will be able to carry all kinds of sporting equipment across nations.
This partnership to Uganda Airlines is a monumental leap in the national carrier's short history.
This strategic partnership will be mutually beneficial to both the airline and the Federation as we jointly market the destination Uganda. As we support each other, we will definitely be flying the PAL, the crane, into many of the places where you'll be competing.
The launch of this partnership, dubbed Fly Uganda, Build Uganda, was spiced by a show of skills from some of Uganda's best youngsters, Alistair Blick and Kaylan Wekesa. Federation of Motorsports Clubs in Uganda President Adipulu Pareria confirms that with the numerous international activities that come up, notably the Africa Rally Championship, the fraternity welcomes the 15% discount.
I just want to say that as FMU, we are excited about this partnership that will see our mutual contribution to the growth of each other's brands. Motorsport is one of the ways to encourage tourism and patriotism, and we stand to drive the hashtag FUBU. We have BUBU, but then we're going with FUBU in this partnership with Uganda Airlines, which stands for Fly Uganda, Build Uganda.
Ministry of Education and Sports Physical Education Commissioner Reverend Canon Duncan Mugumya lauded FMU for investment in youth.
To make sure that people can be able to develop the skills. That will be holistic development, which is so wonderful. We want to thank you. Let it go down. Let it reach schools. Let it go down such that it is not a town activity.
Uganda Airlines has indeed rolled off the partnership with 4 return air tickets to Nairobi to this year's rally and motocross champions. John Barnes, Sentamu, reporting.
Thank you so much for your company, but do join us at 10 o'clock for UBC News Tonight with me, Lauryn Kazimoto, and Mugalu Mohammed. Well, up next is Business Roundup with Wadulo Mark Arnold. We'll see you at 10.